Sugar dependency disorder. Symptoms: having a persistent craving for sugar or foods containing high amounts of sugar. Obsessiveness around sugar or foods containing high amounts of sugar. Having withdrawal-like symptoms when one hasn't consumed high amounts of, and you've probably guessed it around about now, sugar. Irritability, fatigue, low mood, lack of motivation, and guys, our favorite symptom, although incredibly sad, etc. I just always tear up a little bit whenever I see that one. I could only imagine what it's like going through, etc. So incredibly sad. What's up, boys and girls? Welcome back to the Ablaze channel. In today's video, we've got a good one. Believe me, you're going to want to stick around for the end. But before we get into any of that, I just wanted to show you this little carry on from what we saw in the last video. Now, as a lot of you probably have seen around about now, there has been almost like a DID con, you know, like a hub for people that have mental illnesses. And hey, look, I get it. That sounds awful that we're almost making fun of that. But the catch is like these people, if they do have these disorders, are really playing up for the camera and have found a way to monetize their symptoms and disorders. And I'm sure there's definitely a few here sprinkled in that don't have it. For example, I know one of them has a cameo where you can ask which alter you want to send the cameo. Sounds like a bit like a scam to me if I've ever heard one. Well, anyway, here is another video from them all meeting up the other day.
Admit it, Benson. No, you're not cool. How about now, Benson?
Now, I gotta be honest, if Satan himself crawled out through the depths of hell and gave me two choices, he said, Papa Ablaze, you could either spend hell in eternity or 1 minute in this room. You guys could probably guess what I'm gonna pick. This looks like hell. Just this screenshot alone makes me feel very uncomfortable. Let's have a look to see what they said. Therapist like, symptoms getting together is dangerous. And then the bit that kills me, all these symptoms, 0 issues. Now, are these the faces of people that have 0 issues? Does this look like a person with 0 issues? Yeah. Okay, bro. You may be able to fool some of us with your TikToks, but there ain't no getting past that lie. Oh man, I'd hate to be in that room. To even know what it smelled like. It's like I can almost smell the room through the camera, and it's not making me feel very good. Let's move on to the next video. Guys, that is actually insane. Isn't that crazy? Mask vs unmask. Whoa. My guy literally just set up a camera and then changed his facial expression and is like, this is what it's like when I unmask. Why do my guy look like Butters from South Park as well? Just not as funny. It's nice to see that there's loads of information just bouncing around TikTok still to this day of stuff that honestly really makes no fucking sense. Now everyone, please be quiet. Shut up. DissociaTID has uploaded a very new and interesting video. There's a lot of controversy around this individual. For like anyone that's been watching my channel for a while would need absolutely no introduction with her. With her even being on a show with Anthony Badiaz and doing an interview with him, she is probably one of the most popular content creators out there that surrounds her channel and primarily talks about nothing but DID. She's made it a whole channel base. She claims that she does it for information purposes. Honestly, I find like a lot of people say that. It's a little bit gimmicky, I'm not gonna lie. Am I gonna sit here and say she's fully faking? No, because I don't know that at all. I don't know who she is particularly, and I can't exactly judge someone off of some videos from YouTube, obviously, it goes without saying. But there are definitely things that I want to point out, and hey, even me just saying that has probably absolutely offended some people. Like, but Blaze, you just said you're not going to judge, and now you're going to judge? Oh, believe me, you would as well if you hear some of the stuff. So, in this video she uploaded yesterday, Meet Mermaid Alter, a non-human alter. And the thing that I always have a big issue with when it comes to this certain type of content is the fact that in this video she then talks about like her disorder and talks about what it's like having a non-human alter, which apparently is real and it's caused by extreme childhood trauma, like the worst you guys have ever seen. Again, I know nothing about her childhood, so I'm not gonna assume nothing happened. But she spends the first 5 minutes or so of the video explaining what it is. She then sits down afterwards, and this is where I have an issue. She changes outfit, changes her hair, she makes it wetter, and then sits in front of the camera and then basically role plays as this new character she's made up. Take a look.
I guess now you have a chance to meet her. My name is Mama. I don't have an age. Or if I do have one, I'm not aware of it.
You cannot tell me there's not something a little bit strange from that. I understand that DID is a very real illness, and I understand it's a disorder. I get it. And people do actually have it. But you can't seriously sit here for a second and pretend like that's perfectly normal, that you can choose. Again, I'm not an expert, but I'm looking at this from an outsider's perspective, and I'm assuming that you can't bring on these alts and sit in front of a camera and then role play as someone else unless she believes this so deeply that it now in her head exists. But I just know that that simply cannot be true. I'm very torn on this one. Again, it's hard. It's harder as well when you react to more popular people online, because people get, obviously understandable, more defensive when you're critiquing their favorite content creator. And if you are a big fan of her, fair enough, that's fine. But you got to at least just have maybe a little bit of a think about that without just fully hating this video now and hating my guts and just being in denial and saying, no, shut up, dislike the video. Just think about that for a second. Does it actually make any sense that they are sitting down in front of a camera and then doing this?
I have dark hair, black eyes. I'm a mermaid. I have a green tail. My role in the system is to help us deal with water-related trauma and abuse. I help the system to shower and bathe.
And it's not like I'm going to make fun of that, but it's just, again, to sit down in front of the camera and pretend like you can just suddenly switch interchangeably with no issue, seamlessly, with no issue whatsoever. Like that's normal. In front of the camera, edit that, normal, done. Do you have a different alter for editing? Like that studies in editing, and then you have another alter for someone that does camera work? You know what I mean? Like, when does it not become just a little bit questionable and a little bit sort of ridiculous? And the way she describes it at the beginning being like, yeah, so, you know, I really just tried to sit down with this alter and, you know, try and really see where they were coming from. And so I decided to interview them and, you know, encourage them to come out. And then I recorded the whole thing for informational purposes. And here it is. And the worst thing is I see the comments and everyone's just like, no one's questioning it. Like, am I out of pocket for thinking that that looks a little bit off? But the comments are just kind of, it seems like a younger audience for sure. But it seems like a lot of them are all very kind of like, you're so brave. Oh my God. Like, that must have taken real courage for you to have done this. I'm so very proud of you. How brave. But I'm looking at this thinking, there's something not quite right there.
The reason I'm able to do that when other alters can't is because I am a mermaid.
Makes sense. I don't know, guys. I find this whole thing rather fishy. Pun intended. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. You guys must have heard of this content creator. I'm sure all of you have. Some of you probably really like her and are now really angry that I've even brought this up. But it's not like the things in her videos that she says don't exactly not make sense. I feel like, yeah, it's more of the execution about going about it. Hey, just actually changing makeup, changing outfit, and now you're a different person.
That means I can't drown. So I have nothing to fear from water. Nothing to fear from flashbacks. Because
I just feel like if you actually had a disorder like this, dramatic and bad, like it just wouldn't be that like comfortable. It would be out of your control and you'd be switching uncontrollably because it is exactly that. It's a very intense disorder. But here she is looking very reasonable in front of the camera, done her hair, done her makeup, and changed outfit, and is now like, hey guys, which is really strange because there are other content creators out there that do exactly that, but they get called out for it, right? Kind of like deservedly so, because it is a little bit strange that you are almost basically cosplaying, right? That's practically what they're doing to some sort of sense. Changing your clothes, changing your makeup, and changing your hair. Like, I look at the comments at this guy's video and not one person believes him. Like, anywhere. This could be, sure, on the Fake Disorder Cringe subreddit, but like anywhere in general, no one really believes him. And yeah, you know, it's kind of just, you kind of done it to yourself. Like, a very serious disorder like this just doesn't really coincide with these types of behaviors. But yeah, it seems like because another person who has a bigger platform is doing it, they're somehow more believable. What? Because they have more subscribers? That makes them more trustworthy? Okay, man. Just look at every single Minecraft YouTuber if you want to debunk that theory. It even kind of goes on to the fact of like, if you were so out of it, how do you even press record on the camera? How do you edit this afterwards? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Very curious to hear what you guys think. But anyway, boys and girls, hope you're having a fantastic day, and I'll see you all in tomorrow's video. Bye-bye.